When we were little, we could say, "I love you, Mom," countless times a day. Back then, we didn't need a reason to hug Mom tightly, nor were we shy about kissing her in a crowd. All our love was expressed instinctively, innocently, and completely. The words, "I love you, Mom," were like a breath, as natural as if they were always in our hearts, ready on every child's lips. But as we grew older, we started to withdraw. Perhaps it wasn't because our love for Mom had diminished, but because somewhere in the responsibilities of adulthood, we gradually lost the spontaneity in expressing our emotions. We began to fall silent about the very things that used to be most familiar. And then we suddenly realized that after all those years living with Mom, we had never once heard her say, "I love you, Mom," to Grandma. Is it that as adults, everyone retreats into their own worries, forgetting how to express love? Or is it because Mom herself never heard those words from Grandma, so she didn't know how to say them to her own mother? We grew up with such invisible moments. Sometimes, even among our closest family, we hesitate and are reserved. The love is still there, but it's like a fire at the bottom of a deep pit, never quite reaching the surface. The older we get, the more graceful we become with the outside world, yet we grow clumsy with the very people who gave us life. Perhaps that's why words of love within a family slowly become a luxury. But there are some things that if we don't say them now, we'll never have another chance. With Mother's Day approaching, let's listen together today to the warm hearts from these unsent letters, wishing to convey messages to Mom. From Naomi. Mom, the first thing I want to say is that I love you so much. You are the one who gave birth to me and the one who loves me most. You are also the one who pulled me out of despair and suffering. You always stood by me unconditionally and were always ready to do anything for me. You are an amazing person, yet you have such a difficult child like me. I never thought about you, always only about myself. Many times, I ignored your advice. There were times you drove me to school in the pouring rain. The rain was heavy, but you were still ready to drive for miles, just afraid I'd be late. Yet, once I was in class, I was distracted and unfocused, while you were shivering outside in the cold. On top of that, I often raised my voice when you scolded me, simply because my ego was too big. That's what made you cry so many times. I only did what you told me when I felt I was about to lose all the benefits and comforts you provided. I never cared what you wanted from me, always thought badly of you. That's why I always hid everything from you. I truly haven't been a good child, have I, Mom? I remember you cried a lot when you heard I liked girls. This was the biggest blow to you, because I am the daughter you poured all your attention into, and yet I'm part of the LGBTQ+ community. You suffered so much bitterness from Dad's family. They looked down on you, trampled on you, treated you like a servant. Mom, I hate them so much, but I hate myself even more. I'm afraid that when my truth comes out, people will criticize you, scorn you. Because in their eyes, you have an abnormal daughter. I also feared that you would hate me, would forbid me like Dad. But I was wrong, Mom. The only thing you care about is my happiness. Even if you currently discourage my feelings, I think it's just not the right time yet. Mom, I realize it now, is it too late? But I still want to try. Try to live for you the way you lived for me. I'm sorry for being a bad child for the past 15 years. Now, I want to be the child who makes you happy. I will spend the rest of my life making amends and apologizing to you. Mom, I'm just afraid there won't be you anymore. I don't think I could live then. I love you so much, Mom. From Daisy. My mother is part of the LGBTQ+ community, but due to various reasons and a few incidents, she became pregnant after meeting my father. Dad's family vehemently opposed my parents being together because they didn't accept Mom, but eventually they reluctantly agreed. They only did the marriage registration, without a wedding ceremony. And so, my parents officially became legal spouses. Just hearing this, I already felt Mom was at a great disadvantage compared to others. As I grew up, I witnessed many arguments between Dad and Mom. Gradually, the verbal sparring became a familiar part of our once peaceful home. Then one day, Mom developed feelings for a woman she met online, someone who made Mom feel truly loved, something she had probably lost long ago living with Dad. Mom once gently confided in me that she only kept me because of an unintended pregnancy. She said she loved me very much. That she had wanted a divorce for a long time because life with Dad no longer made her happy. But then she couldn't bring herself to do it because of me. Then the arguments grew more frequent, and Mom chose to leave. To follow the person she loved, where she could find understanding and comfort. I miss Mom so much. There was a time I dreamed of a complete home with both Dad and Mom, but then I realized Mom would never be happy if she stayed there. If Mom hears this letter today, I hope she hears these words. I know you always carry a sense of guilt for leaving me, but Mom, you also deserve to find your own happiness. Don't just think about me anymore. I understand you. For me, a family with two mothers is perfectly fine, as long as you can live authentically and find true peace. Mom, it's been so long since I've been able to say I miss you. I haven't been able to say I love you. It's also been a very long time since I've hugged you or shared a meal with you. I yearn for those things so much, Mom, even though they're so simple. Mom, I love you and miss you dearly. A family with two mothers is really okay, Mom. From Chloe Asterisk. To my dearest Mom, I want to say I'm truly sorry, so very sorry. I'm sorry for everything you had to endure to bring me into this world. The day I was born, you must have been in so much pain, right, Mom? Then came the burden of providing food and necessities, the worries of life, plus the task of raising me. Everything fell on your shoulders. I'm sorry, Mom, because I'm not the accomplished daughter you hoped for. I guess I'm like Dad, stubborn, headstrong, and foolish. Just my mere existence in this world already makes me feel incredibly guilty. I don't understand, and perhaps I'll never understand, what you've been through. I can never fully grasp the pain you felt giving birth to me. I also don't understand the hardships of raising me day by day. I don't understand the fevers that tormented you every time you came home exhausted from work. And I will never understand the anger that makes you want to scream to punish the child you bore, just because they are too stubborn and disobedient. Only after I learned about your illness did I understand the anxious, nervous feeling every time I called home and you didn't pick up. I understood the heartache of knowing you had to secretly take time off work to see a doctor because you didn't want me to know. I burst into tears, sobbing, as I typed message after message asking if you were truly okay. Just because I couldn't be by your side. I'm so worried, Mom. I just wish I could trade my worthless life to restore your health. Mom, I'm sorry I was born. I'm sorry for the unwashed dishes, the uncleaned house, the unmade meals. I'm sorry for being selfish, for being useless. I'm grateful you brought me into this world, but I wish I hadn't caused you so much suffering. I'm so sorry, Mom. I love you very much. From Sunny Asterisk. Mom, where are you? Are you happy? Time keeps flowing, but the longing remains. It's only been 2 years since you left this world. You're gone, but your image is always present in my heart. I remember the day that fateful phone call came. My heart stopped, my hands trembled, my mind was in a panic, I couldn't speak. My uncle also panicked when he heard the news, and seeing me unable to calm down, unable to utter a word, he rushed over. Grandma prayed, hoping nothing terrible would happen. But why, Mom? Why did you do that? Why did you take the pills that day? You passed away after 3 days of treatment. I know you realized what you had done, you tried to live, but this time, miracles no longer wanted to reward that effort. The last thing I heard from you was one word, daughter. Why, Mom? Why did you do that? Why did you choose to abandon me instead of enduring the pain? I screamed and wailed on that funeral day. Who will I live with now? Don't leave me, Mom, please don't. My aunt also passed away just 2 months ago. Grandma has to bear the pain of losing both her daughters. A strong man like my uncle also collapsed, losing both his sister and his brother in just 1 year. Due to life's pressures, due to unbearable suffering, you left behind 2 young children. Was it because I never truly understood you, I disobeyed you, I was rebellious? Can my late apology now bring you back to me? I always believe you're just resting for a bit, then you'll wake up and make breakfast for me, wake up and kiss my forehead covered by messy hair. But in the end, I can only hold on to that belief and cry every night. Grandma always said you were a diligent woman, enduring hardships, always thinking of others first, and sacrificing for yourself. Every time I hear that, my heart aches even more. Because I am a girl, you were treated badly. Because of me, you bore so much pressure. If you hadn't married Dad, if you hadn't given birth to me, would you have been happier? The pain of losing you and the feeling of self-pity tear at my heart. Now your smile only appears in your photograph. Mom, as I write these words, my tears just keep flowing. I hope you find peace and happiness in that place because this world was too cruel to you. I love you. Mom, if there's a next life, I wish I could start over, so please be my mother one more time. From Kid Asterisk. Today, the biggest tragedy of my life happened. My mom is gone. She passed away right after I finished my final exams. I didn't make it home in time to talk to her one last time. I regret that the last thing I said to her was, "Goodbye, Mom, I'm going to my exam," instead of words of love. I didn't think she would leave so quickly. I'm only in my 20s, even though I know that everyone loses their mother when they grow up. I understand this very well. I understand what is called life and death separation. But I couldn't prepare myself mentally for that day. When people projected pictures of Mom from when she was healthy, honestly, I couldn't look directly. I only dared to look at the corner of the photo, because if I looked straight, I knew I wouldn't be able to hold back my tears. I witnessed everything from when they placed Mom in her coffin until they carried her to the crematorium, then watched them return her ashes to the family, and finally, with Dad, scattered her into the river, following her wishes. Memories of Mom grew clearer with each handful of ashes I released, making me burst into tears. This shock is too great for me. When I came home from my exams and saw so many people in the house, I understood what had happened. But I still couldn't believe Mom didn't wait for me. Even after scattering her ashes into the river, I still thought Mom had just gone somewhere. At that moment, I didn't know what emotions I would live with in the coming days. You know, after everyone finished scattering the flowers and Mom's ashes, when I checked my bag, there was still a single flower branch left, as if Mom wanted to tell me that I was the last person to bid her farewell. A fresh, beautiful flower, Mom's favorite, like her smile. At that moment, I truly felt incredibly happy. My heart felt less regret about not being able to talk to Mom one last time. I know Mom had to go to prepare the best for me on the other side, just as she prepared everything in this life. Mom, no matter how many worlds there are, I still want to be your child. Thank you for coming into this life and being my mother. Mom, I promise to live happily, healthily, and live for your share too. I love you, Mom. Go well. From Bonnie. My dearest Mom, I don't know where to begin, but perhaps I want to say that I miss you so much. Every day that passes, I long to see you, to hear your voice, to hold you in my arms as if I were still a little child. But Mom, I know you're working hard to take care of me, to give me a better future. I understand that, and I love you so much. Mom, since you went to work far away, I've learned to be stronger. I've learned to be more independent, but there are still times when I feel lost, still wishing you were by my side so I could run to hug you when I'm sad. To hear you comfort me whenever I feel tired. The meals you cooked, the stories you told before bedtime, all of them are precious things I always engrave in my heart. When I see my friends with their dads by their side, I can't help but feel a pang of sadness. I tell myself if my dad wasn't like that, maybe our family would be more complete. But my life now has you, and an extended family outside that loves me, so I'm not lonely. I know you've worked incredibly hard to make up for what I lack. I know, and I cherish all of that. I know you miss me a lot too, but for life, for my future, you've accepted being far from me, accepted lonely days in a foreign land. Mom, do you know? Every time I miss you, I often open my phone to look at our photos together, to listen to the messages you sent. That's how I comfort myself, how I feel your presence even though you're not physically here. Don't worry about me too much, Mom. I'm doing fine. I'm still trying my best to study well so that later I can repay your kindness. I won't let you down, but please take good care of your health. Don't let yourself get too tired from work. I just wish Tet, Lunar New Year, would come quickly so I can rush into your arms to hug you tightly. To tell you, Mom, I love you so much, I love you endlessly. After all, mothers were once just like us, children loved and pampered by their grandparents, allowed to throw tantrums for no reason. But from the day we arrived, mothers knew nothing beyond us. They had to learn to be resilient, to hide their emotions, to endure and sacrifice to become a mother who always stood behind, silently watching over every step her children took. From the moment they held us in their arms, mothers no longer lived for themselves. Yet, sometimes we forget that. We easily offer gentle words to outsiders, but with our mothers, we often leave only sighs, complaints, and even blame. A mother is also a woman with a vulnerable heart. She needs words of love more than words of reproach. Mothers don't need us to do anything grand. Sometimes just a hug, a "thank you, Mom," or simply, "I love you, Mom," is enough to make her happy all day long.